Hey everyone, it is Naisha, one half of Two Mommies and a Baby. My wife is Sam and our lovely daughter is Abigail, and I'm here with a quick parenting video. And we're actually at the hair salon now, and I was thinking about my daughter and just looking at her as she's grown, and I was thinking about the things that I've grown within the last pretty much almost 7 years. She'll be 7 in February. So we've grown, all of us, but what I had to understand that parenthood is really another journey. And as I've mentioned in a couple other videos, that you will not learn from reading a book, you're truly going to learn from your own experience. And while you can take tips from other people, your journey is going to be your journey. Okay, so I just have 3 things that I want to share and emphasize. The first thing that you really need to understand is patience is going to be your absolute superpower. And this is something I'm still working on, but I'm proud of myself because I'm acknowledging it. But you really have to be honest that your patience, you're going to have as much patience literally from, when your child is born or when a young one comes into your life, no matter what age they are. But with us specifically, Abigail was, born. So she was 0 days old when she came into our lives, and we had to develop patience that we didn't really think about. I'll speak for myself, that I didn't really think about. Again, learning as I go. So I'm speaking now, obviously, when she's a newborn, we have to change diapers, we have to readjust our schedule, we have to see how her eating habits are going to be, we have to understand what she's going to like being around her, what clothes she's going to enjoy wearing. That's patience, okay? That's the patience. That's what patience is defined by me. Also, we really have to understand how we are going to incorporate her schedule into our schedule. So just be patient if you have not figured out a plan for yourself to develop your schedule with your child or the young one in your life. So with that being said, that you really have to understand, okay, this is what I can do and what I can't do with my time. And if I need help, I'm going to have to figure out how to ask for help. And some people do have a difficulty asking for help. And that's okay. You're going to learn that you really have to step outside your comfort zone. So having patience can literally be even asking yourself, what am I going to do differently to help me develop my understanding of what my child really wants from me. Okay, so you would think like, oh, I can just make it easy, feed my child, bathe, all that other stuff. But your child may want some additional needs that you never really address with yourself. I'm talking like, creative time, crafts, understanding new conversations that are coming up, and you just have to have a little bit more patience. So again, I am working on that myself. So if you want to leave a comment and share some tips with me, but I do know something that is definitely a superpower, as I already mentioned. Okay, so now what I really want to emphasize is communication is more than words. Yes, we think of communication as words coming out of our mouth, but we really have to think of as body movements, okay? We can also think of drawings. Those are forms of communication that a child is helping you understand. So anywhere from facial expressions, even pointing to certain things, or if you see your child is nervous when around a certain person or a certain pet or even an object, it could be a specific toy, you have to be taking account for that. Actually, speaking about a toy, we had... it wasn't Tickle Me Elmo because it's like from the 90s, but we had like a musical Elmo, and Abigail hated it. I think we returned it because she did not enjoy it. So we had to just acknowledge her feelings and say, hey, listen, we cannot have this toy around our child because she's not going to be happy. And when it comes to people, there was one person I was so shocked. She didn't spend that much time with them, but it was one person that Abigail literally cried. This is when she was like less than a year, or maybe less than a year. She cried when they held her. So it's like, this is very interesting. Like, we have to pay attention to these cues. And when it goes to facial expressions, like we want our children to I want my child to express things with me. So I think about what she is thinking about, and sometimes that comes out through facial expressions. After she's after she's probably reached between age 3 to 5, she's going to be able to express more. So her facial expressions are not going to be the only thing I have to rely on. But when it comes to only the facial expressions, you really want to say, okay, is my child nervous? Is my child shocked? Is my child excited? And pay attention to those emotions, because that's going to help you develop some future ideas and a future bond. So if that's what your goal is, to develop a bond with your child, then facial expressions, it can help. It's something else outside of verbal communication. Body movements, and I for some reason I keep saying drawings, but because Abigail expresses her expressions through drawings as well, which I'm thankful for. And then the last and third one is imagination fuels connection. Okay, so we want our imagination to be open because we want to learn from our children. We want to understand what they're thinking about, what they're reading, and what they're watching on YouTube Kids, because Abigail watches YouTube Kids. We want to understand, okay, well, how can I be more open-minded? If we're talking about a teddy bear, listen, this teddy bear is going to have a whole family. I want to make sure that my child knows that I am here for them and I am ready to listen to, just the things that they creatively think of. If we are thinking about animals, listen, let's build this animal family. And one thing about Abigail, going back to her using drawings as a form of communication, she really enjoys just creating just fantasy worlds, joy, positivity. If she's given ice cream a name, then I'm going to name ice cream with her. So keeping my imagination as open as hers. And when she talks to me, I listen. When she says, Mom, we're going to do this, we're going to have 5 pets, I listen. She knows we're not, but I'm not going to just shut down her idea because she's being honest and open with me, and I look forward to that more in the future. Okay, so that was my last tip, and I really hope this helps you. Just think, again, these experiences are just from my own, and I want you to say, hey, Naisha helped me, and I just, hope you can develop your own experiences, and maybe you'll be sharing them with me in the comments. All right, so you have a wonderful day, and happy holidays. Peace.